so the ingredients we're going to be needing for the shrimp salad is some shrimp. This is about 1 cup worth of shrimp, or about 20 to 25 medium-sized shrimp that I just diced into relatively large chunks. Also, we're going to need a half a lemon, maybe less, some lemon zest. This is just like 1/4 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of chopped parsley or dried parsley. This is about a tablespoon of apple that I just finely diced. A tablespoon of finely diced celery. This is about a tablespoon of finely diced red bell pepper. I might use more or less for that. And this is about 2 tablespoons of green onion, but I'll probably just use 1 tablespoon worth as well. We also need salt and pepper and mayonnaise. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I just added a little bit of salt and pepper to taste, and now I'm going to add about, I would say, 2 tablespoons worth of mayonnaise. Okay, I'm using fresh mayonnaise or homemade mayonnaise. And you're just going to give it a mix. Okay, let's give it a taste, see what we got. Ooh, very good. Alrighty. So my shrimp salad is ready. I just put some saran wrap over it, and I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I'm going to get my tomato slices ready to be fried. Stick that right next to the chicken. So I'm going to get my tomato slices fried, and then we're going to be on our way to having a delicious seafood or shrimp salad sandwich with fried tomatoes. Okay, here's the ingredients we're going to need to assemble our shrimp salad sandwich. We have the shrimp salad. I'm going to have some lemon juice. I'm just using half a lemon here. And let's talk a little bit about making the fried green tomatoes. So we're going to need some milk, some salt, pepper, paprika, some flour, some, this is cornmeal, and this is breadcrumb. I'm using Chef John's, recipe. He mixes the breadcrumbs with the cornmeal, and I kind of like the idea of doing that also. And I actually only had polenta, so what I did was I just put it in a food processor for a couple of seconds, and now it's pretty fine. Of course, we're going to need the green tomatoes. Now, my green tomatoes are not the green tomatoes you get in the States that are really, really hard and unripened. These are kind of ripe. I guess they're sort of like an heirloom. I'm not really sure, to be honest. They're all over the place in the markets here, and I've eaten them before, and they don't taste unripened. So this is the best that I can do here because they don't sell unripened green tomatoes. They just sell ripened green tomatoes. Eggs, butter. For the sandwich assembly, I'm going to have some mayonnaise. I got a nice soft roll here. You can use a Kieser roll also, that will do. And some frying oil. I'm going to be using some sunflower oil. Peanut oil would work really well also. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's get the green tomatoes ready first. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice them. And you're going to slice them this way as opposed to this way. Alright? So you want them sliced kind of thick. I'll show you the thickness that you're looking for. Okay. So about like a finger's width. Alrighty, and the next thing you're going to do is, if you have one of those racks for frying, that would work best. I don't have one of those, so I'm just using a strainer, and I'm going to actually just put paper towels underneath the strainer. So you're going to just put the tomatoes into the rack or the strainer. okay? And you're gonna salt them. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna draw out some of the moisture. That way, when you're frying them, they'll get nice and crispy and they won't get over moist, because sometimes when things are too moist when they're frying, they actually start to steam a little bit and you don't want that. Okay. And also it gives a flavor. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes. And okay, so the next thing I want to do is I just want to prepare my my dipping station. So I just got the 2 eggs in the bowl and I'm just beating them. And I'm going to just put a little bit of milk in there, maybe like, I don't know, a tablespoon. Now I don't know if this is traditional Southern fried green tomatoes. I am not from the South. So I'm just going by what I looked like. I happen to love fried green tomatoes. The best fried green tomatoes I ever had was in Tennessee, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Best fried chicken, best fried green tomatoes. And I'm just mixing the polenta and the breadcrumb. I got my flour. I'm just going to keep the flour plain. I just want to season this up a bit. So I'm going to add some salt. And I'm going to add some paprika, more for color and just a little bit of flavor. And I'm also going to do that to my egg mixture. Okay, so this is my mixing station, and I am just going to wait for my tomatoes to be ready, and then we can get started with the frying. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, and my tomatoes are ready. They release some liquid, which is exactly what we want. So now I'm just gonna dry them off a little bit more. Paper towel. So first you take your tomato and you dip it in your flour. Then you dip it in the egg. And then you dip it in the breadcrumb. Or in the crumb mixture. Alright, and it looks like that. And I actually forgot, I made a mistake. I forgot to mention to you guys that you're supposed to let this sit after you've bread all of it for about 10 minutes. So actually I'm not going to get this hot. I just turned off the heat. I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes and then I'll see you back. Okay. I let the breaded tomatoes sit for about 10 minutes, and now they're about to get fried. So this is a shallow fry. This is not a deep fry, obviously. You don't want this to be like really, really hot right now. You just want it to sizzle. Okay, so I'm going to let that go on that side for maybe about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to flip it over. Alright, these are about ready to be flipped. They've been on this side for about 4 minutes, and that's just simply because I don't have the heat very high. Just watching it. Very nice. and then I'm gonna let the other side go for about 4 minutes, and I'll see you then. Okay, it's time to assemble the sandwich. So I'm gonna take this roll, and I'm gonna cut it open. I don't have a serrated knife, but that would definitely work best for this. Alright. And I'm not going to cut it all the way, I'm just going to open it up so it's like this. I want it mostly open, but I want it to, you know, sort of be this kind of shape. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to spread some mayo on both sides. Man, homemade mayonnaise is the best. And I'm gonna salt and pepper my for some reason I always like to put salt and pepper on my sandwiches whenever I put mayonnaise on there. Okay, and then I'm gonna taste just some lettuce. Alright. And that's gonna be like a little bed for the shrimp. So I let this salad sit overnight, and that really helped the flavors to really combine. And I really love what the apple does to this because it's kind of, you know, it sort of plays up with the sweetness of the shrimp, and it just goes really, really nicely with this salad. It's a nice addition, and it's a little bit different. It's going to be a big sandwich. Alright, I want to save some room for the fried green tomatoes to go in there too. So now you have to decide how you want to put your fried green tomatoes in there. Do you want to cut them? Do you want to just put them straight on top? I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick them on in. Just picking the ones out that I like. Maybe a little one on the end. There you go. That little guy. And remember, unfortunately, I couldn't find unripened green tomatoes, so I have to settle for this. But if you can get ripe green tomatoes, that would be awesome. All right, and then the last thing is, this is optional. You can squirt some lemon on top, which I am going to do for just a little added freshness. And so you can eat it like this, or you can cut it. Hopefully without breaking it. If you have a serrated knife, use that. Alrighty. Voila! Okay, let me get this plated for you. Alright guys, so I'm going to take a bite for you. I'm really excited about this. Okay, I wish this was easier to do right now, but it's not. Should be using 2 hands for this. It's really good. I really like it. It's really fresh, and I like the lemon that's on top, and sort of just the zestiness of the fried green tomato, and it gives a little crunch and just a little bit of warmth because the rest of the salad is kind of cold on it and the bread is not heated through. So this is like, you know, very northeast coast kind of sandwich. That's what it reminds me of, you know, a little bit, but with like a southern twist. Anyway, I really like it. I hope you give my sandwich a try, and until next time, take care. Bye.